Now I'm going to critique this video of me teaching Winslow to yield his forehand over. So again, using negative reinforcement, using the end of the rope to put enough pressure on him to where he'll step over and depending on which direction, like step over with one front leg or cross one front leg over to step over to the side. So you can still teach this with the negative reinforcement, obviously. At this time, when I'm training this, like I probably put a little bit too much pressure on him, definitely too much pressure on him. But now I teach this with a target and it's super easy. So if you check out my newer videos, you can see that process. But again, I'm not sequencing slow enough. So like I take a step and then I immediately have like all this pressure in my hands and his face, which a lot of horses don't like. Most horses don't like. So here I'm just describing what step I want, which is still correct. I still want that step over with that right front, or I want a crossover step with the left front and not a step behind or backward or forward. That's still true. So, but essentially I'm just kind of picking up my hands and then putting pressure. This is still pressure on his shoulder and then kind of up by his eye on his cheek there. And then I think I kind of use it on my lead rope as well, but yeah, he takes that step over there. Again, I need to be slower about this. So if I'm going to use negative reinforcement, I need to be slower. So slower step, slow down with my hands. The release is good. I'm releasing as soon as he is stepping over. But I could do this all with a target and um, not have like him being annoyed by it or being afraid of it. So they just follow it over to the side. Again, watch my other videos. I train my Mustangs, I train Dakota, how to do that with a target, and it's pretty simple. It's a lot more simple than this is, and it sticks better. And the horse isn't angry or annoyed by it. Yep, there's at the end of the lead rope because I was like, he's doing a little bit, but he's not giving me a lot, which is the other thing about negative reinforcement. So again, I've scared him here, hit him with the rope, then I stop hitting with the rope. So now he's licking and chewing and like, oh my gosh, that was scary. A lot of horses will give you minimum effort when using negative reinforcement because there's really nothing in it for them. It's like you have to, like I'm like you have to do this or I'm going to do this to you. So in order for you to get this like pressure to stop, then you have to do this. So they're going to do the minimum effort to get the pressure to stop versus with positive reinforcement, they usually do more because they're like, I want to do this to get the cookie. I want that cookie. I want to do this behavior. And then everything is classically conditioned in a positive way to where they want to participate. This is the opposite of that. It's classically conditioned for pressure and pain and lots of other things. So that's something to think about as well, is he's just doing the minimum to get me to stop, essentially. So lots of pressure, and then and then we're not even getting good steps, and that's usually normalized in negative reinforcement. It's like, oh, in the beginning it's just trash. Like for a while it is. And I get that that's the same in positive reinforcement with clicker training. It's not perfect in the beginning, but it's a lot better than this for sure. So I can get something more resembling a correct step over than I can with this. And I'm not saying I was perfect at doing this either. There are people out there who do a much better job of applying negative reinforcement than I do, and that's why this is a great, or I did at the time, but this is why it's a great video to critique. So same thing from the other side. As soon as I put my hands up, he's just kind of turning his head, going away. Um, yeah, when I'm desensitizing him here, we got the tail swishing with the head up, we got the ears back. He's not thrilled with any of that. Plus, I'm like, I don't really know why I'm desensitizing when he's leaving. I'm not sure why I'm doing that at the time, but really, like, what you would want to do instead is so he stepped forward instead, I would just kind of stop him and then come back and try again. Um, and you want to really set that up so that doesn't happen because we don't want to release when he's going forward because that would teach him to go forward. So that's better. He's kind of taking that step over. Really, I should probably be shortening up my line so he can't go forward and then do that. But again, this is just so much easier with the target because they want to touch it. So you can get that weight shift back and step over a lot easier than you can with this.